So put your questions in the comments. While I wait for you to put your questions in the comments, I'm going to just thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, pink is one of my favorite colors, pink and red. All right. So if you want to get in touch, now is the time to make sure that you schedule an appointment. We do have availabilities for appointments. So go ahead, call, schedule. Our schedules are filling up those, so make sure you act now. But the reason I'm here today is to be able to answer your questions today. So put your questions in the comments now so that I can answer your questions. Hi there on Instagram. So nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Thanks so much for joining. Put your questions in the comments. Can you please tell me about the 90? I'm not sure what 90 matching is. I don't know what that is. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. If my kids get the H4, can they get an SSN? Not necessarily. So the SSN usually comes with a work permit. Hi there in New York. And if they don't have the work permit, they can't get the SSN. And it depends on what kind of, is it H4 related to H1B or another type of work visa? Can you leave the US on advance parole? Yes, that's what it's there for. Now, whether it's advisable for you is going to depend on your circumstances. I want to file my papers, get in touch with us, do the consultation. We'd be more than happy to help you. 1995 claimed US citizen. Do I have waiver? Yes, it is a possibility. I believe there is a specific date where if you falsely claimed US citizenship before that date, then you would be able to, they wouldn't hold it against you necessarily, and you could apply for a waiver. However, if the claim is after the date, then the waiver becomes limited. So this is where it's very important to call us and talk to us about the specific facts, precisely when this happened, so that we can help you figure it out. It's possible though. Can an H-1B visa holder resign? Let's see. Visa holder resign from his job after getting married to a U.S. citizen. So it really is a strategic move. It's dependent on a lot of issues here. So are you confident that your US citizen spouse is going to bring you through to the end? So if you leave the job, that you're going to get a work permit and be able to transition. So we have to know the facts, but just make sure it really comes down to a personal decision based on how much trust you have in your spouse and how confident you are that you can get your papers another way. Thanks so much for those kind words. I appreciate it. I filed for T status in March. Do I fall under new rules getting work permits sooner? So I believe they are going to be evaluating applications already filed for based on the new rules. So yes, you are covered. Old boss didn't pay in 2013, but no proof or no law enforcement. Can I apply for T? Yes, you can. Absolutely. Give us a call. That's what we're here for. We are the people that knows how to do this. So give us a call. That's going to be the important part. That's how you're going to succeed, is by working with us. My son's green card is expired. Can he apply for citizenship? Yes, that is a possibility. Of course, it depends on facts, but it's a possibility. I've done it for my clients. I got married 5 months ago. I filed my case, but no reply. My lawyer, so you have to touch base with your lawyer on that. How long can a person be in the US to apply for a T visa? There is no time limit. It's what matters is what happened to you. That is what matters here. I filed for I-130 since 2020 and approved was sent. Till date, nothing has been said. So check in with the NVC to make sure it was sent. Sometimes if you indicated you would apply for adjustment of status, they will not send it to the NVC. they will keep it here in the US and you have to go apply through a special process to get it sent to the NVC. So it all depends on your facts. I have July marriage case interview, but my husband not coming with me, so I'm not available to go. Give us a call. Let's find out what's going on, and we can help you. How do I get an ITIN number? We assist to get the ITIN number. We are a registered agent here, acceptance agent, certified. We're a certified acceptance agent, and that means that we can get the ITIN for our clients. So give us a call. Let's talk about it so we can get started on your ITIN. Is the charging fee to speak with you really 150? Yes, it is. And keep in mind that it's not only me, but we have our attorneys. We have 3 attorneys right now that are doing consultations. So please make sure you schedule. I have put these resources in place to make sure we can help as many people as possible. So get in touch with us. Any legal way for family on B1, B2 visa for a green card is possible, but I have to know your facts. You do have to qualify. You can't just go from visitor's visa to green card. I have to know what will make you qualify. Is it family relationships? Is it circumstances? Is it employment relationship? That's what we need to get down to. I live in Jamaica, but I have B1, B2 visa. Can I apply for a green card? Not just based on having B1, B2, but I don't know your circumstances. Don't short, don't skip out on your opportunities by not seeking legal advice. That's what we're here for. Do I have to go to court when you get a divorce? We don't do divorce law right now, so I wouldn't be able to advise you on that. Does I-485 case take longer when you have a joint sponsor? No, not necessarily. Can someone with a C2 be filed for by their citizen dad? So it depends on your age and what the circumstances are. I did biometrics June 2024 for VAWA. How long does it take for a work permit to be approved? So it takes 6 to 12 months, could take within that time range. How long does it take to get an ITIN? So it could be anywhere from 3 months to 4 months to get the ITIN. Hi, how long does it take for I-485 based on asylum approval? You could be looking at a year and a half for that adjustment of status process. Hi there on Instagram. Anyway, besides marriage, a person with an au pair visa to gain a stay in the US is possible, yes, but we have to understand your circumstances to determine what the best avenue would be for you. That's where you need to make sure you talk to us. Um, my case, I-765 transferred Vermont Center. How long to wait? And I received prima facie. There's no way to tell based on that. I just say 6 to 12 months. Most of my father's side of relatives are in the States. So I don't see the rest of your question. Let me scroll to the top and answer some questions. I'm married. What is the steps? And if I have to have joint documents, so joint documents to show that your marriage is bona fide. Yes, if you're married to a U.S. citizen, then you can definitely move forward with a marriage-based process. The steps are you'd have to apply for your petition, adjustment of status, work permit. I also include travel document for my clients, affidavit of support, which is super important. Once you file those documents, then you're going to go through biometrics appointment for background check. Then you're going to get your work permit about the 3 to 6 months, then green card if your application is done correctly and is a solid application. What's the processing time looking like for a marriage-based green card? So I'd say 10 months. It could be, I have had as short as 5 months, so not even 5 months, 4.5 months, and I've had as long as about 10 months. Good evening. How are you, child of God? Mackie, nice to see you. After prima facie, and I am good. Thanks so much for asking. Had a very inspiring week. So this week I was asked to speak based on our successes as a law firm. I was asked to speak at an event to talk to other attorneys about what we have achieved as a law firm. So that was really, I felt really good to be able to encourage other lawyers to help change other people's lives and the ways that they can do a law firm, they can run a law firm to be able to help as many people as possible. So it was really nice to have that opportunity. It was very inspiring, and it encourages me to keep Can you hear me on YouTube? I think the speaker should be working now. So let me know if you can hear me. And on Instagram, everything is good there, I think. Oh, no sound, no sound, no sound, no sound. Okay. Okay. Can you hear me now? Let me know. I see yes. Oh man, I don't know how long I was going without you being able to hear. Oh my gosh, 10 minutes now. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's terrible. I answered so many questions. All right, so let's see. I'm going to go through them quickly again. And let's see. Can you hear me now? Let me just make sure. Let's make sure again. Yes, it's okay now. Oh, I don't know what happened. And then let me just see on YouTube to make sure. Okay. Yes. Okay. Good, good, good. All right. So since that happened, I'm going to put in some extra time to make sure I get through some questions. Thank you so much on TikTok for letting me know. I really appreciate that. All right, so let's go back and I'm going to answer. I'm going to go back and try to answer some questions. Let's see. All right, so I'm a British qualified early years teacher. I'm applying for the EB2 NIW after I finish my master's. Should I go to the USA to wait for the visa or stay abroad and wait for it? So if you're abroad already, it's best to wait in your country. If you come to the US, you may not be able to apply for your adjustment of status if you overstay your visa or if you start to work here without a permit. So you have to be very careful with that. Right now, none of the categories I believe are current. So you have to make sure that you're very careful with it. This is where it's very important to have make sure you have an attorney represent you through that. You can always give us a call and talk to us about it. I have a friend that had a felony charge of marijuana over 10 years ago. That person is a green card holder, but now they want to apply for citizenship. Can they do so? I would say be very careful. Whenever there are criminal records, you will never hear me say yes or no straight up. Because when it comes to criminal offenses, we do have to do research about the implications of the specific charge. So in this case, it was 10 years ago, but it was a felony charge. So we have to understand, was your friend deportable? Even though they weren't deported, are they deportable? Because going and applying for citizenship can actually open up a can of worms where they will now become deportable, right? They can get a notice to appear for a past offense. So on the other side of things, maybe not. Maybe they overcome good moral character issues. We've done that for our clients before, and they get citizenship because the amount of time has passed. So we have to understand the facts here. Always, whenever there's a criminal issue, always seek legal advice. What does it mean when you approve the I-824? It means that it's going to be sent to the country from here, the country or the NVC. What's the process to get work permit? If someone is in the US, wants me to come and work, please everybody pay special attention to this question, because this is the reason why a lot of my clients are my clients, because they were given the same offer that the employer usually says, come to the US, come on your visitor's visa. I will give you a nice cushy job. You'll get your work permit and all will be well. Then when you get here, you find out that they're not paying you what they promised. They become a nightmare. They overwork you. They underpay you on top of not paying you what they promised you. They put you in the worst housing conditions. They maybe even become abusive. Maybe you start to feel intimidated or threatened. And then you find out later on that none of it was true, that they can't get you a work permit, and now you're in the US without your papers undocumented. So follow this rule, and to make sure that you avoid the situation, make sure you papers first. You get that, and it's not going to be a work permit if you're outside of the country, or even in the country. It's going to be a status or a visa. It's not going to be a work permit. And make sure papers first, then you work. Don't work first and then papers. That is where the problem is. And if you're already in this situation, know that it's not too late. This is where we are getting relief, and we're winning for our clients to get their real work permit and their real status here, because what the employer did is wrong. And so in a confidential process that protects you, we make sure to get relief for you so you can stay here, and we can right the wrong that has been done to you. And keep in mind that there are new rules in place that allow you to get your work permit and to get benefits while you wait for the approval. So make sure you call us. That's exactly what we help with. But I am telling you this because I don't want you to end up in a situation like this, because it does result in suffering, trauma, and uncertainty and fear. I don't want anybody to go through that. So I want to also let you know, if you can avoid this situation, avoid it. But if you are in this situation, or you were at any point in the past, you can get your papers based on this. Where are they with I-130 filings? So it's 5 to 7 years. If you're over 21, it could be under a year, or if you're outside of the country, 2 years if you're under 21. I am being petitioned for, can my spouse apply for my kids' visa back home even though I overstayed? Absolutely. We've done it for our clients. After marriage, what's the next step to take to begin process? File your petitions, your adjustment of status, your work permit, your travel document, and your affidavit of support. I can't wait to see you on the 26th. I appreciate that. How long does a filing for asylum and being approved take? It could take years. So it could take 3 to 10 years to get approved for asylum, but the benefit is you get your work permit, your social while you wait. If my dad filed for me in 2018 and my stepmom stopped the filing and now it's saying denied and I haven't received a denial notice, can I take it up now in hand? Still possible to reopen? Get in touch with me. I want to understand the facts here. If you're under 25, maybe VAWA is still a possibility. If you're over 21, then, or over 25, or you've reached 25, we need to understand what happened, and figure out some options for you. Can you gain a stay in the US if your spouse is a green card holder? Yes, but you have to be careful not to overstay if you're looking at adjustment of status. You have to make sure your priority date is current. You have to make sure that your status is current before you apply. Um, if you are married to a green card holder. I'm a post from Brazil. My visa finished February 2025. Is there any way besides marriage I can get a stay? It's possible, but we have to figure out what your experiences have been, what are your relationships, and then we can go from there. Can I work with an ITIN? No, an ITIN does not authorize you to legally work. But what some immigrants have done is they use an ITIN to create business opportunities for themselves through creating businesses, or working as contractors. And so the ITIN enables them to file taxes and report, do the right thing, follow the law, and file their own taxes, regardless of their immigration status. Could my sister file for me and my son? If your son is under 21, yes, but it's a 14-year process, and your sister has to be a US citizen and age 21 or older. So I'm scrolling through all the comments here. They're hilarious. Auntie's talking to herself. Yes, I was. Um, Hi, I'm an au pair in the USA and my visa expires. So give us a call. Let's talk about what options may be available outside of marriage. I'm 26 years old. I have a petition filed by my dad. I have a 6-month-old son. His dad has a USA visitor's visa. Can he apply for a US visitor's visa for a son? Yes, it's possible. Whether they'll approve it is another story, but yes, you can apply for a visa for your child. Adjusting my status married to USC, is something wrong if USCIS cancel my IRFE for joint sponsor from April and no movement? So it could just be a processing issue, not necessarily that something is going wrong. I'm a visiting visa. My son recently got married. Can he file for me the same time putting his papers in? No, he has to wait till he's a US citizen. What's the difference between a family petition and a family sponsor visa? Uh, no, nothing. Nothing is different about that. Can my sister file for son and I? It's a 14-year process, but yes, it's possible. No, your US citizen child can't file for you at 16, but they can when they're 21 or over. All right, so let me just go to YouTube. I'm going to answer some questions there. And then, so for T visa travel documents, will be allowed to travel outside once I receive T visa approval. You need to apply for a travel document separately from so once you get the T visa, then you apply for a travel document. I submitted my N400 application on June. Can I withdraw the application? Yes, it's possible to withdraw. Can you file I-751 solo without divorce for a spouse not willing to help remove conditions? Absolutely. We've done it for our clients and we can do it for you too. Give us a call. That's the best way to move forward is with representation. When you do that, you can do it based on divorce, but you said here solo without divorce, it's going to be based on mistreatment. So if you were mistreated by the spouse and you're not yet divorced, then that could be an option. And also an extreme hardship if you have to lose your status. Give us a call. We're good at this, so we can help you. If you're married to a US citizen and your asylum case is pending, you got parole in the country, can you adjust? Yes, it's possible to adjust. But we want to figure out what's going on with your case because you filed asylum. We want to make sure everything, want to find out the facts to make sure one will not affect the other. Can a person with misdemeanor and probation file for you? Yes, they can. It's possible. I'm an F1. My husband is PR. Priority date is C. Do I have to stay in status or filing I-485 is okay? Now, if your priority date is C, you can file right now. Now, they just released it. Let me just pull it up here because that's big news. And I definitely have some stuff to say about that. So let me just pull up the October National Visa Bulletin and see what it says. Because that is super important. So I want to make sure. Let us see. Dates for filing. Okay, so it doesn't say. So it's 15th of July. So it's moved up to 15th of July. But if your petition was filed on or before July 15th, 2024, then you can apply for adjustment of status. So I don't know. You said it's C, but it maybe you meant by the date. So Get legal advice. That's the best way, because I have seen people make mistakes on this and it has been detrimental. So we want to make sure that all is well. Now I'm doing a check-in here. Can you hear me? Doing a check-in. Make sure that nothing, because I had to go to another window. So please just somebody confirm. Can you hear me? I want to know on Instagram, YouTube. Um, Let me know. Just put yes, 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 so I can know that you can hear. All right. I don't see any yeses, but I'm going to keep going until I see anything else. All right. Kristen, if I put my biometrics in June of this year for VAWA, when we'll get the work permit, I don't usually count from the biometrics. I count from the date of filing. I'd say 6 to 12 months. So that's how long we're getting. I received prima facie in June. When do I expect my work authorization? I don't usually count from prima facie. I count from date of filing, 6 to 12 months. I submit my I-485 4 months ago, but they said, uh, but they sent me my travel document. So what date can I get my approval? So it sounds like, did they send the travel document first, but not the work permit? I'm a little confused there. I can't tell based on you getting the travel document. That doesn't tell me when you'll be approved for the green card, though. Can I file for VAWA if my wife filed for annulment? Oh, great question. Thanks for this one. You have if you oh Thanks so much for letting me know, Temi Topi. Now, annulment disqualifies you from VAWA. And the reason is because annulment voids the marriage. So, under the immigration law, it means you were never married to begin with. It was not a valid marriage. I would say fight that. If you can fight the annulment, talk to a family or divorce attorney about fighting the annulment, because you want it to be a divorce. You can file for VAWA with divorce. You cannot file for VAWA with an annulment. So thanks for that question. That's a big deal. If son filed for his dad, he has a work permit, but waiting on them for more than a year to ask for medical to submit to get green card being processed for a while. Is this normal? Yes, unfortunately it is. If someone's lawyers file for expedited for him, is it not needed for the client to sign the paperwork? Not necessarily. I've submitted expedite requests without the client signature or their consent. Of course, they're the ones that want me to do it. But um, if you're married to a U.S. citizen, okay, so I answered that. Do I do I lose my green card if I get a divorce? Do I lose my green card if I get a divorce? I have a 10-year green card. No, you will not. I'd say go for citizenship. It doesn't matter at this point about the marriage, just as long as your marriage was not fraudulent or they don't get any proof of any fraudulent marriage, you're good. You can move forward on your own, get your citizenship on your own merit, not based on the marriage. Is it true that someone who filed VAWA don't get, and I didn't see the rest? I never add my husband to my visa. T now approved. Can I add him? You can add your spouse to get the T visa right now. Even it's not too late. Once you get married, once you file, you get approved at any point before or after approval, and you're married, you can file for the T status for your spouse or the T visa for your spouse. And then when they join you, they can get residency with you. Now, if you start the residency process, you have to just be very careful with that, because once you become a permanent resident, you have to file for your spouse as a permanent resident now. Can a citizen file for DACA 30-year-old recipient? So no, a citizen can't file for DACA. Which one is better, EB3 or VAWA to get the green card? It depends on your circumstances. If it depends on how certain the EB3 is versus the VAWA. I'd have to talk to you in a consultation. The benefit of VAWA is that you are the driver of this process. You control your process and not the other way around. I understand, definitely. I understand when you have to leave a bad situation, a bad marriage, I do understand. So go for it. Go get out, be safe, get out of the situation so you can empower yourself. Um, let's see, is everybody okay? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, I see everybody saying yes now. How do I change my immigration lawyer? You have every right, after considerations to change a lawyer. So you can do that at any point, but just make sure you have uh, a plan. Thanks for all the answers, everybody. I appreciate it. Hey, how can I file for parole in place with your service? Just give us a call. First, we talk to you to make sure you qualify, and then we file it. But you have to know that it is in litigation, so there are some risks, but they are still accepting applications. I think this is a record playing. No, I'm live. I'm live, everybody. It's just that I am going from one platform to the other. And then I'm trying this new thing with Instagram where I'm all on one platform, and it looks like it's a little delayed on Instagram. So that might be an issue too. So I might just go back to my old way of having Instagram on one platform. If before I end this live, you want to give me your input on how it is for all of you, those who have been watching me now, like I know Child of God, Mackie, tell me how you like this because it's a little different in that I'm here um, I'm on one computer on Instagram, but I think it's a little delayed. So let me know. Do you like the old way or the new way that I'm doing this? I'm answering questions. And in for our application, if I get travel document, can I travel back to my country? Yes, you can. Absolutely. Who's entitled to parole in place? Spouses of U.S. citizens, stepchildren of U.S. citizens who have been here. For the spouse of U.S. citizens, they've been here for the past 10 years on or before June 17th, 2024, and that they enter the country without permission. You have to show that as well. So that in a nutshell. Is it normal to get a RFE 2 months after submitting VAWA case? Yes, it can be normal if you missed one of the requirements then and they want more information. That's absolutely normal. Make sure this is not, and we've gotten these before and it's been fine. We've submitted it and it's been worked out well. So keep that in mind. All right, so let's see. I'm just going to other platforms to see what is here. I paid a lawyer to work on our R1. She took the money and did not file our case. What can I do? We have gone past our dates to be here. So that's fraud. If the attorney took your money, so you can communicate with this lawyer about the fact that she didn't file it, so you need your money back, you need a refund, and you could even explore possibly disciplinary action, reporting the attorney for the fraud as well. So, it just depends on circumstances, but see if you can talk them into giving you the money. I don't know the circumstances. So, but if this is fraud, then, see if you can get your money back and see if you can get some justice for that. Is it normal processing waiting 177 days after applying for EAD through adjustment of status? So yeah, it can be 3 to 6 months to get the work permit. So yes, it is a possibility. So is it true someone who filed VAWA don't get travel document if he also has an asylum pending? So keep in mind that if you have an asylum pending, you shouldn't be going back to your country, because that's with the asylum, you're saying it's not safe to go back to your country. So I would say even if you got the travel document, you would use the travel document for other purposes. Like I've had my clients go on vacations to other countries on the travel document. But if you're applying for asylum, you it means that you're contradicting your asylum application, because the whole point is saying you absolutely cannot go back to your country because you're in danger and there's nowhere in your country that you're safe. So that's a problem. You need assistance to get the work permit, schedule with us. Call the office, schedule your appointment. That's what we are here for. I have 5-year work permit and advanced parole, but having removing removal proceedings dismissed. Should you still travel? I wouldn't. I no, I'm not your attorney. Can't give you personalized legal advice, but that is something I would definitely tell my client just to hold off on. I would tell my client, do not travel while you have removal proceedings going forward, because if you leave, then at the country they could also look at that as you're self-deporting, and you could have a problem getting back even with a travel document. So you have to be careful with that. IG is very slow, but TikTok and the least are the best. Yes, yes. So IG, I it wasn't before, but just let me know, and we'll go, maybe we have to go back to the old way of doing it. Um, can you secure your stay by getting married to your green card holder spouse? It depends. If your priority date is current, you can apply for adjustment of status. If you overstay, then no. So give us a call. Let's talk to you about this particular situation so you can get the right specific legal advice. How long does it take for a dad to petition for a child over the age of 21? If 5 to 7 years is the timeline right now. All right. Thanks everybody for your time. I really apologize for the tech issues, which is expected to happen, of course. So thanks for your patience. Thanks for staying on so long as you did, to be able to still get answers to your questions. So I appreciate that. Thanks always. I will be back on Monday. Hopefully, we can be back on track. So please look out for me on Monday. Follow me, like, subscribe so that you can get notification when I'm on. And remember, the best thing you can do is schedule your own appointment. Our schedules are filling up. It's Attorney Bria, Attorney me, Attorney Diana that are now working together to help our clients get the work permit and get to stay in the US. But you have to get on our schedules to be able to get the help you need. So please go ahead, schedule your appointments. You can do that on your own, or you can call the office and they'll be more than happy to assist you. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day and have a great weekend. Bye.